listening to the Voices of the Voiceless podcast with your hosts, Brad Shepard and Jonathan Fisher.
I'm searching for love, Brad's searching for optimism, and we're both searching for good wrestling.
Yeah, that's whatever.
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't matter. None of what I say matters.
You can never avoid the voices of the voiceless.
And welcome, ladies and gents, to the Social Outcast podcast. I'm Jon Fisher.
Yeah, I guess we are kind of the social outcasts of the podcast wrestling world.
You know what's really cool, and I think that a lot of these opportunities don't come around every once in a while. But our disdain for a certain wrestling website. One of their
had a cough.
It's okay. One of their podcasts still interacts with me on like a weekly basis, and it's the very podcast that you first introduced to me whenever we got on with that said website.
Yep.
Burp, and it's weird that they're kind of nice. I don't know who the admin is of the Twitter page. It's Smarkville, but they're rather kind.
Yeah, those guys are nice. Yeah, I never had any problem with it at all. They were very helpful.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. I just want to throw that out there. We have a lot to cover today, and that's one of the things is Brad's incessant need to call me out on Twitter. Way too much. And speaking of Twitter, yeah, I'm right. Speaking of Twitter, we have our what the fuck tweet of the week. Oh, and I'm sure Brad has a doozy.
Well, this week's What the Fuck Tweet of the Week is brought to you by Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks.
Of course.
That's at Nick Jackson YB, as in young bitches of Young Bucks.
I thought he blocked you. I thought they both blocked you.
They did, but through the miracle of modern technology, I have found this tweet.
You mean someone else? Someone else retweeted it, and you saw it. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
There's no technology anywhere. It's a cop out. It's a cop out.
Okay. So Nick Jackson tweeted a photo of the Bushwhackers with the Rockers.
Oh, I saw this. Keep going.
And joked that they found an old school pic of them and the Briscoe brothers, who were a tag team in ROH. So a fan responded by saying that the Young Bucks couldn't lace Sean and Marty's boots.
Ooh.
So Nick, and to be fair, they can't lace Sean's boots. I mean, Marty Jannetty, maybe, probably, but Shawn Michaels, they can't. So Nick tweets, "Take a look at your profile photo. You're very ugly looking."
All right.
So the fan tweets back, "Oh, ouch, bro." And so Nick replies back with, "Glad it hurt."
For a professional wrestler, you got to work on your insults. You know what? And I'm being very honest when I say this. Nick should follow Kevin Owens on Twitter and learn from the best.
Well, they are friends.
Are they? Well, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
They are friends.
And
yeah, they definitely are friends.
And Kevin Owens, the king of all trolls on Twitter.
Yeah, he crosses the line to me on Twitter. From heel to just being a complete asshole of a person. But
it's funny. I think
it's sometimes funny. It is sometimes. Sometimes I don't think it is. Sometimes it is. But it's just okay, so then Nick's brother Matt, the other young buck, called a fan, quote, Brendan Dassey dumb, unquote.
What does that mean?
And then he later deleted it.
Can you explain what that means, though?
That's a reference to a what he was at the time, a child, a teenager, who was convicted in court for a murder of a woman and a rape and a murder of a woman.
Oh my.
If you've ever seen the documentary Making a Murderer on Netflix.
No, I refuse to watch it just out of
Okay.
fucking spite. I'm sorry. I heard it's pretty good.
Okay, so I've seen it, and
Is it good?
and it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good for what it is.
Okay.
But okay, so the whole point behind this is that Brendan is actually slow. He's mentally slow.
Yeah.
So he's actually calling the fan essentially a retard.
Oh my.
But doing it in a way also where he's making fun of like this person in jail too. So then he deleted the photo or whatever, and someone made a comment about it, and they basically said, "Hey, it's a joke. Get over it." So to me, it's like, these guys are the worst. They're just like they're giant babies who can't handle critique of anything, and they just have rotten attitudes towards a lot of fans. Let me tell you something. When you're on TV and you're in the spotlight in pro wrestling, in Hollywood, in the NFL, wherever it is, when you're a public figure like that, you're going to have criticism. And how you respond to that criticism is what you can control. He could have ignored it, but they can't. They can't ignore it because they're insecure. That's exactly why they can't ignore it. They have to respond. They have to feed their egos. So to me, these guys are totally annoying. That's the tweet of the week.
I have another one. And it's thanks to you, actually. It is. For once, I'm giving you credit as you deserve, oftentimes. This one comes from a man, well, he's kind of creepy. Some would call him a perv, but for me, he's, a perv. I'll just say he's a perv. This one comes from @Andre_Corbeil, and Brad has a smile on his face, and I'm not even with him. Andre says, and I quote, Brooke in @Impact Wrestling got some major booty competition in TNA. Raquel TNA, talk about a 100% pure knockout. There's 3 things wrong with this. Thing number 1, this profile picture is stupid. Thing number 2, Brooke is no longer in TNA. Last time I checked. Is she still in TNA? Is she still in TNA, Brad?
Who cares? Who knows? The point is, this guy's a total fucking, he's just a creepy weirdo. I'm actually, he blocked me on Twitter last year.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's because I made a joke about one of his tweets. He's got so when he tweets something, he uses a lot of hashtags. And I mean, like, every word in the entire tweet is a hashtag. It's very annoying. It's like, who talks like that? Who tweets like that? Whatever. So I made a joke about it. And he saw it, and he got upset, and he didn't say anything. He just blocked me.
To be fair, it's extremely... I understand using hashtags where they're appropriate, but they have to be appropriate. And by the way, I think my mic cut out. So I'll say it again. His tweet was, Brooke in Impact Wrestling got some major booty competition in TNA. Raquel TNA, talk about 100% pure knockout. Raquel is former Tough Enough competitor Gabby. And I might add, she's a beautiful woman, has curves. I'm, trying to say it as professional as I can because this guy's a total creep, and I don't want to stoop down to his level. She's married to a lucky man, but to judge someone off their ass, and this is pro wrestling we're talking about. This isn't fucking The Bachelorette or The Bachelor, all right? There's no time for that. Let's just focus on the positive. That maybe she became a better wrestler. She was training at the Wild Samoan training facility, and they certainly know a thing or two about wrestling, so maybe she learned a thing or two. Maybe. So before our good friend Andre goes and is talking about her ass, maybe he should focus on, well, maybe can she wrestle? Because TNA kind of needs some help. Kind of is sarcastic for a lot.
Yeah, it's just a dead program.
Oh, I even put that in our podcast description, how terrible it is. So that's that. And those are your 2 What the Fuck tweets of the week, brought to you by idiots everywhere. You can't really help it. I forgot what I used to say. So moving on to something that you used to know is the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. I'm the king of segues, by the way. Did you know I was on TV? Shinsuke Nakamura was
on Raw, not just don't.
I was on Raw too.
Short, you were on Raw. God damn.
Yeah, you used me like a cheap whore. Shinsuke Nakamura, and we'll tell you about that at the end of the podcast. Shinsuke Nakamura was stripped of the IWGP IC Championship, and the tease continues among New Japan Pro Wrestling talents, possibly jumping ship to World Wrestling Entertainment. Brad can tell you 2 people that won't be going for sure because they just signed new deals. And we have new news about why Nakamura could be coming sooner rather than later. And one more thing. If he is coming, and we'll tell you that in a few minutes, why the system's going to bring him down way faster than it should. Brad, take it away.
Okay, so Fails re-signed, and so has Tama, not Tama. So has that one half of the Roppongi Vice, Rocky Azuka Romero. Okay, so those are the 2 that have re-signed. Tama Tonga was reported to have re-signed. It doesn't appear that he has. He actually made a couple of tweets where he said, hey, I'm a free agent. And then he tweeted, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. So he's kind of having some fun with it. But so there's that. And Nakamura is going to start in February.
Yes.
He's going to do some standard medical testing to make sure he's medically cleared to compete.
Where at?
And then at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando.
No. Well, that's true, but not where his medical tests are going to be. Where are they going to be? Say it. It was in the report. Say it.
You say it. You want the location of the medical testing, you go for it.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, baby. The second worst city on the East Coast.
There you go. You got in your little cheap pop. You repped your own city.
Well,
Are you happy now?
Cincinnati's the worst city on the planet. You know what they should do? They should take Cincinnati, annex that from the state of Ohio. Ohio sucks as it is. They don't need any worse. So you take out Cincinnati, you put them next to Philadelphia and New Jersey, because everyone hates New Jersey. You put those 3 cities together in this little ball, right? And I'm doing the hand motions as I go. You take those 3 cities, clump them into one, and you ship them off into the Indian Ocean. Yeah, not the Atlantic Ocean that you were thinking I was going to say. The Indian Ocean, and then everyone in the world, because we all hate each other, right? I mean, ISIS and Obama trying to cure cancer, and the Iran stealing the 10 Navy SEALs. I'm assuming they were SEALs. There wasn't a Navy boat. Either way, that was really shitty. I digress. So you put all of the hate into this land called Cincinnati, Jersey, and you dump our nuclear waste there, and we call it a day.
You know what I don't get is
what?
If you're this upset over Cincinnati now, how mad you're going to be after they beat the Steelers.
Oh, I already know that Denver's going to win. Trust me.
Wait, you mean? See, I totally set you up for a joke, and you didn't.
Nope. They didn't beat.
You're supposed to say that Cincinnati lost. They're out.
I thought you were.
Steelers are in.
I
was
know
setting
that.
you up for a joke.
Why would you joke about that? It wasn't a joking matter. I assumed you were talking about Denver.
You're very serious about your football,
aren't you? By the way, Gronkowski might have got Chandler Jones out of the game on Sunday. I hope you're happy. Saturday.
No, he did not.
Did you see what happened to Chandler Jones? He was in the hospital. He might have not OD'd because he'd be dead.
He's practiced every day.
Then where'd this whole big rumor, stupid ass fucking shit rumor come from?
It's not a rumor. He had a medical issue. He went to the police department and said he needed to be checked out medically or whatever. and they checked him out medically, and he's fine. What the details are, sure, they're not going to release a lot of that, and they don't want a distraction with a game coming up, but he's practicing. I don't see a problem.
We'll see. What I was under the assumption of is that Jones is still in the hospital due to some extracurriculars at Gronk's house. And Gronk, as you know, is from Pittsburgh. Burp. So I'm sorry, we have that. It's when I talk football, I get passionate. Even though I'm not a Steelers apologist, like 90% of the people in this city. And I think they're going to lose against Denver, no matter who the quarterback is. Because Ben's hurt, Brown's not going to play, and neither will Williams. So they're fucked. I'm sorry. We were talking about Nakamura and how he's how they're really pissing me off and how they're going to use him. So he's at the Performance Center. Continue. Wow, that was an odd rant. Sorry.
Yeah, you've totally lost me now. Okay, so anyway, that's the deal on Japan. That's the latest update. Oh, and Finn Balor did tweet a pic of AJ Styles in the Royal Rumble. You know, this could you imagine this sort of thing? Whatever. He's just. Yeah.
Do you think he asked Becky? I can't do an Irish accent. Potato famine. Okay, Becky. How do you do a meme? I think he made that meme himself, and he's like, I need to do because he is the ultimate troll right now, and I think it's kind of funny. Mm-hmm. And even the Bullet Club is getting in on the act, their own Twitter. And I tweeted at them, I'm like, all right, guys, enough. And they retweeted me because it's outrageous the amount of trolling they're doing, which is kind of helping their situation, actually.
Yeah, but be careful what you wish for with this stuff going to WWE too, because there's some rumblings that Hideo Itami wants to go back to Japan.
Oh, shut up. Where'd you hear that?
Yep. That was on MLW Radio.
The same guy, too, yeah.
Yeah, and actually, two different people confirmed they heard the same thing.
Okay, why? He was going to get the NXT Championship in Japan and have Finn turn heel. Why would he leave? Unless he knows for a fact that he's not going to make it to the main roster, why the fuck would you leave?
Well, not everybody's dream is WWE, or they get there and it's just not for them. I mean, it's just like anything else in life.
Why did he come here then? Wouldn't he have known that he didn't like it in the first day or two? First impressions are big, guys and girls. Wrestling, I think, is everything. First impressions. When you walk out on that ramp, and if I'm not mistaken, Prince Albert said this perfectly. They're gonna love you or hate you, and they decide as soon as you walk out, just like that. So why can't it be the reverse order?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to ask him why he wants to go back, but obviously, there's where there's smoke, there's fire. I would say so. I hope he stays, but I like New Japan too. So if he goes, it's really not a big deal. He'll go back over there and be a star. So
that's episodic, correct? Do they have a show? I'm really starting to. I know I sound stupid. I watched Styles and Nakamura, and it was an amazing match. But
they really don't. Like on US TV, we get the Access channel, and you get to see some older shows, which is nice. I mean, if you've never seen New Japan stuff, but if you're looking for episodic TV, which is what you're conditioned to as a US TV viewer, then you may be disappointed. And I was too. In fact, I stopped watching because I could see New Japan anytime. But what I want to see is episodic TV in the US from New Japan. I think that would be very good, and that would be the hook to get me watching New Japan World and doing it every week.
Yeah,
that's what they need to do.
Well, that's why I'm watching Lucha. It's something different, and it's only an hour, right? That sounds like.
Yeah, it's only an hour, and what I can tell you from my experience, season 1 of Lucha Underground is you leave with the feeling, man, I can't wait till next week. You leave with the feeling of wanting more after the hour.
Yeah, well, that's what NXT brings you.
Yeah.
So it's odd, but yeah. So Nakamura is going to be in the Performance Center for a good bit. I understand their rule, and they don't care who you are or what you've done. You're going to go through the protocol. But I mean, honestly, do they really? So, AJ Styles doesn't have to do that. It's just Nakamura. Balor had to. Kenta had to. Asuka had to. Why is it like? Why is Styles getting, from what we know, getting like the special treatment? Why shouldn't he be in the Performance Center?
Well, the difference is so the difference really is things like. And this is where Kenta, or Hideo Itami, as he's called in WWE, had to kind of learn or pick up the camera positioning and things like little cues like that about TV, live TV and TV in general, and that kind of thing. That's what they really have to learn. Okay, so if you remember Nia Jax,
of course,
when she went to pin Bayley, was it Bayley? No, it wasn't Bayley. I think it was. Anyway, she had a match on NXT, and she did her leg drop. It wasn't. Might have been her. It was in the past several weeks.
It was either Purrazzo or it was Billy Kay. One of those two. But go continue.
I totally am drawing a blank. But she did her leg drop. It definitely wasn't Bayley. She did because she won. She did her leg drop. Okay, and she went to pin her, but she did it in a position where she wasn't facing the camera, and then. Once she realized that her instinct kicked in and she flipped around and then faced the camera and recovered her. So something like that on TV is important. So that's what I'm saying. So that's what they have to learn. And AJ Styles has been on, he was in TNA for a long time.
Yeah.
So he's already familiar with how to do that. So he has that advantage of knowing that stuff already, whereas the New Japan guys don't.
Okay, that's a good point. But it's... And it is true. I remember Balor working with Triple H very, very closely about that, and he learned a lot. But yeah, okay, I can see what you mean. So we're probably not going to see Nakamura until after WrestleMania, unless somehow he picks it up like Hooked on Phonics, and he knows every camera position in the world in a week. But I don't think we'll see it. That, or he learns how to kick without being so stiff. Because he could really hurt somebody. Talk about Concussion movie 2 with Will Smith. Well, in that case, Jackie Chan. Either way, that's racist. Sunny! Talk about,
Sunny came home.
What a dumpster fire, truly. She's just an awful human being. She is now done with the WWE. She is severing her ties like her guys on Friday nights. She's selling her Hall of Fame ring on eBay. And... for the benefit of people's curiosity, let's see how much that some bitch costs right now.
The minimum bid started out at $3,000.
WWE Hall of Fame ring.
Yeah, she's a dumpster fire, though some may say she's some kind of other dumpster, which rhymes with the word bum.
Yeah, I don't want. You're right. No, I can't find it. Jeez. WWE Hall of Fame ring. Sunny. All right, where the hell did you find this? I search in WWE Hall of Fame ring Sunny. We're doing this live, by the way, so, deal with it. Where'd you find it?
It was on Twitter somewhere. It was, I think it was definitely on one of the dirt sheets.
You think Tammy Stitch is selling it like porn on eBay? Can you do that?
I think it was SEScoops.com.
Okay, those are good guys. I know. I know them pretty well. Yeah. Well, no. So, while I'm looking this up now, what do you think of this? I think this is pretty childish. Very, very childish, I should say.
Well, it's. I've got some mixed feelings on it. As a fan, as someone who loves pro wrestling, my instinct is to say, "What the fuck are you doing? This is a slap in everybody's face." Blah blah blah. But personally, and from a personal standpoint, you do what you have to do to survive. If you need money to support yourself or a family or whatever the case may be, I can understand it. Life is tough and hard times call for desperate measures, and so I get that. Now, of course, she says it's not to pay for legal bills, which could be total BS. We don't know that.
It was taken down, by the way.
It was. Yep, I heard it was taken down as well. I did hear that. Yeah, it was on TMZ.com as well, the article.
Well, that's who got the screenshot. It was the last updated. It was up to $3,000 for the bid, but doesn't matter now.
Yeah, it's look. There's no real Hall of Fame. This is the land of make believe. There's no physical Hall of Fame. So until it's like, which makes it kind of a joke. So it's like, and then you put in people like. Okay, then you put in people like Coco Beware. It's like
is that Kofi Kingston? He's not in it. He's not in the hall. He might be. Who knows?
Yeah, he's been like a 20-time Intercontinental Champion. He might be in there. But that's what I'm saying, though. It's like it's whatever. Sonny's got problems.
Man, and he's not even from Jamaica.
No.
Well, it's funny. One episode of Raw, John Cena's like, "Where is your Jamaican accent?" I thought it was really funny. But no, Sonny's a piece of shit. I'm sorry. Even though there's no real Hall of Fame, just like have some respect. I mean, honest to God. And here go with my segues. So deserve it of no respect from anybody, TNA, and what they did. They quietly released one of their best wrestlers. Albeit he doesn't have any charisma, but former X Division champion TJ Perkins, aka Manic, was released by the company. When in his early days, I thought he was very impressive. I liked his stuff. He tweets too much NBA for me, but guy's smart. I don't know. He's not my cup of tea. He'll fit in really well somewhere else. PWG could always use some great wrestlers because hell, they have like the best cards all the time.
I think he'd be a great fit in Lucha Underground.
That would be cool. I could see that.
I really do. I think TNA kind of dropped the ball with him because they could have taken the mask off this kid, okay? And he's not bad looking, and they could have really used that rather than keeping him under a mask. And then I think he's probably the type of person who garners heat with management, and he just rubbed some people the wrong way. And he just wasn't used, and he wasn't used for months, actually. And, they just quietly kind of released him. He didn't ask for his release at all or anything like that. They just kind of quietly released him. So, and frankly, it's not in the long term. It's probably not the worst thing in the world to be released from TNA.
Probably not.
Especially if you're not being used. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's all I really have to say about that. I mean, it's TNA. Burp. That's it. It's TNA. That's how I feel about TNA too. I'll never watch their show again. Before we get to our next topic, I do have one main event that nobody should miss. In my opinion, it's from one of the top 3 wrestlers in the world against someone who's going to make his WWE debut very soon. That's Zack Sabre Jr. versus AJ Styles, Revolution Pro Wrestling, this Saturday, the 16th. If you guys want to see a spectacle, don't even miss that. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be up somewhere online afterwards. It won't be on live, but holy shit, is their card pretty stacked. Jay Lethal, Mark Haskins, Speedball Mike Bailey versus Big Damo. I hope I pronounced that properly. Cole Cabana against Doug Williams. I mean, there's a couple others too. There's a big 6-man tag match, no disqualification. Try not to miss it. I think it'd be pretty cool. But do you like Zack Sabre Jr.?
I do, yeah. He's really good.
A lot of people say he's the best in the world. Do you agree?
I don't think he's the best in the world, but I think he's up there.
When I watched his best of, and I was just sitting there like, holy shit. So moving on, Montel Vontavious Porter is now in talks with a wrestling company to make a return, but he doesn't say where. I guarantee you it's not World Wrestling Entertainment. It's either Lucha Underground or, maybe just the Indies, but I don't think he'll go back to TNA. I mean, why would he? They have nothing going on there.
Yeah, he's 100% not going back to TNA. And in frankly, I think he's probably 100% not going back to WWE. He does like New Japan, but I think he's talking about Lucha Underground.
That would be kind of nice. Like, so he'd probably play like a rich guy character, right? because that is his past. He knows it very well.
Yeah, he could be. I think it would be interesting to see how they cast him. Yeah, I don't know, but all I know is he did say himself he's in talks with the wrestling company to make a return.
What about Global Force Wrestling?
Yeah.
I'm serious. By the way,
that's a wrestling company.
the steam on that, like it had a nice train going. We're gonna use a train analogy. It had a nice steam engine train going. Like it's like a little engine that could, and they were getting bigger. They had commercials and everything. They had like a backstage breaking ground kind of show, and then what happens? You stop hearing about them completely.
Yeah, it's that train is disabled.
It's off the tracks.
It's off the tracks, and it can't be fixed. That's a bust. I'm calling it now. It's a bust. So it's going to be Lucha Underground, I believe.
Yeah.
He was okay. I'll tell you this. He was backstage recently at a Lucha Underground taping.
That's cool.
So
sorry.
When I hear that, and then he says on his podcast on MLW Radio that he's in talks with the wrestling company, I just put 2 and 2 together.
I wouldn't be surprised. Not even in the slightest. I think he could really make an impact and prove that World Wrestling Entertainment is not the only wrestling company out there, which needs to be said and figured out, and really, how I should say, be imperative to a lot of people.
What?
Okay, I'm done. So now here's a question, and you brought this point up. I'm really glad that you did. In the last week or so, there's been a lot of injuries and non-injuries. For example, Paige just came out and said she had a concussion. We had no idea. Sasha Banks, despite her telling us that it isn't true, she does have a sprained MCL. You don't just go off TV and say you don't have an injury. I don't believe you, especially when you were in a high-profile women's scenario, because it wasn't really a storyline. You just don't do that. Okay, so that's another one. Rusev, now it's said that he has was a strained bicep or was an arm injury, I believe. And then he said, "Ha ha, silly Americans," and he doesn't. So he says,
I think it was knee.
It was a knee. Okay, I wasn't 100% positive. I forgot. But why isn't he wrestling? And Wade Barrett too, another one that was a big issue. I think it's about time, and I think it's fair to say that these. It was a knee injury, by the way. Thank you. I think it's time that they should announce injuries. I mean, kayfabe's dead anyway. Why just prolong the inevitable?
That's a great question. I don't see what the big damn secret is. I mean, if it's a concussion, there's a concussion lawsuit. I understand that's they're trying to protect their asses, but what is the big damn secret? Everybody gets hurt. It's professional wrestling. Everybody knows they get hurt. It's like, they have a terrible attitude towards injuries in WWE, the management. And then so it portrays this fear in the talent, like they don't want to say they're injured. They don't want to lose their spot or, be threatened or whatever the deal may be. They feel afraid to say I'm injured and need a week off. That's just the reality of WWE. I mean, it's just a fact. I don't care if you don't like it. It's the truth.
Let me say this one thing, though. Yeah, it's a stigma that I think Vince helped create.
Absolutely.
But you have to understand where these people are coming from. It's just like a pro athlete. Okay, perfect example. And you will know this very well, Brad. Bradua. I don't know what I was trying to do. Bradua. Anyway, 2000 was the year. And Drew Bledsoe was the quarterback of the New England Patriots. Tell me what happened.
Okay, just get to the point.
It's a great analogy, damn it. Finish it for me. This is your team.
This is your analogy. Finish your analogy.
Drew Bledsoe got hurt. Who comes in but Tom Brady? Bledsoe doesn't have a significant role in a team ever again. He ends up retiring a couple years later. When injuries happen, you lose your spot and it gets filled up. And if the person that took your spot is better than you, find something else to do. Do you blame them? No, I don't. I don't blame them at all. I'd wrestle through an injury if I had the opportunity to. I've played through injuries all my life in sports, from little league to varsity baseball or track. I threw javelin too. I would. I know different scale. I understand that, but you still get my point. You can't. What?
Okay. But in all fairness, there's one quarterback. There's one starting quarterback, and there's a whole shit ton of guys on a wrestling roster that wrestle. They're not playing just one position. They go out there and they all do the same thing.
Okay. All right. Counterpoint. Sasha Banks was getting ready to feud with Charlotte. She's hurt. Who fills in? Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is killing it right now. So when Sasha comes back, are they going to say, fuck you, Becky? No, because she's been doing great. So you have a void. Unless they are smart and do a three-way feud for the strap, which is what they should be doing, then fine. But right now, why would they ever just rip Becky away for no reason when Sasha's healthy? She's doing great, and she was the most aside from Lesnar, she was the most over wrestler on Raw. We'll get to that in a second. Oh, by the way, Chandler Jones hospitalized for smoking synthetic weed. Do continue, Brad.
Who got the synthetic weed? What?
Chandler Jones. We're like bouncing all over the place. Chandler Jones hospitalized after smoking synthetic marijuana. It caused a bad reaction. You said he practiced today, right?
Yeah, he's practicing.
Yeah, but that's why he was hospitalized. He was smoking synthetic marijuana.
Says who?
Says Deadspin. I believe Deadspin. They've proved me wrong to have them be right in the past. That's also according to Christopher Gasper. I don't know who that is. He has that cool check mark.
Look,
Chris,
I don't care if he was smoking acid, LSD, cocaine, whatever. Pile all the drugs together and let him smoke it. I don't give a fuck. Okay, he's not my hero. He's not my role model. He's playing. So he wants to smoke synthetic marijuana. Whoop-de goddamn do. Let me just say that, by the way.
All right.
He's practicing. He's playing. That's really all there is to say.
Back to wrestling. Do you get my point, though? Injuries are bad.
I don't. Of course they're bad for everybody, but that's also life. That's life. There's nothing you can do except recover and build yourself up as a talent that management wants to put out there in front of an audience.
If you get hurt, you lose your spot. That's just my opinion. You can. It's never guaranteed. It never will be. But there's a chance you lose. Oh, Daniel Bryan. They don't even want to put it back on television. By the way, the rumor of him getting released is complete bullshit. Let's just set that away. Let's set that aside. And all right, we're just gonna get into a big argument. Injuries are bad, and they should be honest about it. Done. The WWE told Stardust that there is no interest in his Cody Rhodes character returning. I know you had some harsh words for Vince and the officials about this one.
It's just this Stardust character is completely dead on arrival. I mean, there is nothing redeeming or entertaining about this character anymore. I don't want to see it. There's no character progression. Nothing's changed at all. And there is a demand. And at one point, there was a pretty high demand for him to return as Cody Rhodes.
We want Cody. Yeah.
And they just ignored it because that's not what they wanted. Here we go again. That's not what management in WWE wanted. And it's just so ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
And it's like, what else can you really say at this point? So he's going out there. He's out there as Stardust. He's having these meaningless fucking matches, and nobody cares. And there's nothing special about him other than the suit and the face paint. And it just is what it is. It just sucks. And they don't want to change it because there's no interest in Cody Rhodes. It's like, are you a fucking moron? Who do you think these people want to see? The Cody Rhodes character or the Stardust character? Let's take a vote on that.
Dude, what I want? I really want, let me think. I want Stardust to come out and then Cody Rhodes to come out in the Rumble. I think that'd be really nice. It'd be fun. It'd be really fun. Do you have anything to say, Brad?
Yeah. I have nothing else to say. Bunch of goddamn idiots.
You want to hear something funny?
Oh, sure.
So Tammy Six tweeted 56 minutes ago. Jimmy Hart sold his Hall of Fame ring a while ago because he was getting a divorce and no one said a word. This guy gets tweet of the year from me, and it's only January. This guy named Big Daddy Julian J on Twitter said if Jimmy Hart burnt his pubes off in a fireplace, would you? And Tammy says, I don't have pubes.
Oh my God.
That's awesome. A+. Sell your ring. I don't give a damn. That's hilarious. Okay, well, either way, yeah, I kind of want Cody Rhodes to come back. I'm just saying. Because apparently Cody Rhodes can smell black guys coming into his star room.
Oh boy, I'm not touching that one.
Okay, you don't have to say anything. Like, is that not what you thought of? Because, like,
no, that's not what I thought of at all.
it's not what I thought of for sure. All right, hey, I'll be that typical Caucasian male. I have a lot of black friends. It's okay. No, I heard about another podcast and I couldn't stop laughing. I'm reaching.
This is quickly devolving.
But sorry, I'm done. I'm a gentle human being, everybody. Just fucking believe me. I've never said a racist thing on the air, and we've been on the air for 22 weeks. Second to last. What? Yeah,
I've never said anything racist on the air. We're on the air hour every week.
I have no. I do have a thing for Chinese people. Yeah, but I don't like to talk about me a lot, so let's not. The Monday Night Raw, it got a 2.36 rating, which is all right. I mean, if you like 2.36 ratings and stuff. So, Brad, compose yourself. Hit or miss. Monday Night Raw. Oh, okay. So you tell me in the agenda it was a miss. Thanks for telling me how I believe. Let us discuss why.
Well, it's pretty simple to me. I thought the Raw was boring. It just wasn't very good in general. You know, at this Raw in particular, you're going up against the college football national championship game. So
it was a great game, by the way. It really was.
Yeah.
Awesome
game. Yeah. So you've got added competition. Okay. So to me, you'd want to put on a really good show, and it just was not really good at all. And so it's like, that's the effort you put forth. You're going against the college football national championship game, and that is the effort you put forth. Okay. Well, Sheamus is essentially in the top heel spot. He has no business being there. Stephanie continues to emasculate talent with no payoff. The authority angle is the exact same played out crap over and over and over. The storylines lack any degree of continuity. You've got the League of Nations when Del Rio lost the U.S. Championship. Why did Reigns watch Owens attack Ambrose from behind and do nothing? Why didn't the Usos or Ambrose help Reigns when he got attacked? And on and on and on. We've seen the exact same match with the exact same finish from Stardust and Titus O'Neil 3 straight times between Raw and SmackDown. Chris Jericho's back for his 10th part-time return, and apparently he's here to save WWE because he couldn't do that 16 years ago when he first debuted that gimmick.
It was
New Day. Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was good 16 years ago. I agree. New Day, the most organically entertaining act they currently have, is continuing to decline over the last few weeks because they're putting them out there for far too long. I mean, we're talking 30-minute segments even, and scripting really wacky promos loaded with, of course, nonsensical pop culture references just to be cool. The Social Outcasts are cast as a bunch of geeks with promos I would expect to hear from green rookies being given a live mic. They've once again abandoned a Big Del Rio singles push. It's like, where does he go from here? Where do the Lucha Dragons go from here?
Well, we do know that. It's just we do know that.
Roman Reigns isn't anywhere close to getting a true top guy reaction unless he's fighting Vince. Brock Lesnar, a part-time attraction, got the only top guy pop of the night. He came out, he destroyed everyone, and he left. It's beyond obvious that very little creative effort was put into this show. So, yeah, that's my opinion on Raw.
Well, okay, I have a couple of things to say. I have a couple of things to say. Thing number one, hold on to your hats. Because there's a storm coming through. That'd be kind of cool. You know, what if Hurricane Helms actually did come back and then The Rock came back? That'd be fun because those were good times. Truth be told, I didn't expect Hurricane to pin Rock either way. Okay.
I'm just one man.
I'm pissed as hell, and I can't take it anymore.
My God.
Well, you don't get rid of his music. That was like the best thing about it. So that was kind of, I didn't like that. Yeah. So, well, we do know
he's a geek.
He's not a geek. Shut up.
He's a geek.
Shut up.
Geek boy.
We do know because you're a nerd. we do know what happened to Sin fucking shit. He's hurt. To Kalisto and to
I've got you all flustered talking about your boy Heath Slater.
I mean, it's Slater. They didn't give Slater Gator enough chances. Anyway, so then we have what's its dick, Kalisto and Del Rio. That was a great wrestling match. I enjoyed it very much. But they kind of
just imagine how good Kalisto is going to be when he hits puberty.
Well, to imagine how good he's going to be after SmackDown the following night or last night actually.
He might be weighing a little lighter.
Yeah. Well, that was okay. We can talk about that before we get to our Mark mailbag. New segment alert. Yeah. So that was a good match, and they changed. Anytime a title changes, it's kind of cool when it doesn't happen a lot. So it was an exciting segment. Jericho, the New Day was better. Still not what they were doing because I think they're not writing their promos anymore. Burp, and that bothers me because when they were writing their own shit, it was really, really funny. Jericho was better. They had a lot better chemistry, but the Usos ruined it. Honest to God, who likes the Usos? They do the same damn things every time. There's no innovation. I don't know. It was just whatever. Becky Lynch was if we're gonna be like hockey and have 3 stars of the night, my 3 stars are Heath Slater. No, I'm not kidding. Not Heath Slater. Dean Ambrose, number 3, for cutting that awesome promo, even though it was 25 seconds long, and Renee Young just kept staring at his dick. Number 2.
What the fuck?
Number 2 is Brock Lesnar because he's Brock Lesnar. I really don't have to go into any detail. He kicked ass, which is cool. That's what I want from him. Number 1 was Becky Lynch, and before you criticize for being a mark. Yeah, I'm a mark, sure, but I know when to be unbiased and a realist. Becky Lynch had the promo of the night. Okay. Her and Ambrose was close. So, all right, I'm going to give Ambrose – I'm doing this all on the fly here, guys. I'm going to give Ambrose 1A and Becky Lynch 1B. There was neck and neck because the women's fucking championship is actually starting to mean something. And you know what? It's been a few weeks since you've bitched about the women's division. The Divas Revolution, yeah, I know it's dead. Whatever. It's fine. That was a few months ago. But now they're really starting to actually use a program. You're starting to hate Charlotte, and you hate Charlotte a lot more than you used to, and I know why. It's because her dad, Ric Flair. That was like a Dusty Rhodes doing a Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Thank you. That's what I was going for. Yeah, and you have that going on. And then you have Becky Lynch screaming at the top of her lungs, I'm going to take your championship and your arm. Line of the night. That was creative, man. It was from the heart. She wasn't told to scream that. That was pure passion. And then her promo in the back, that was excellent. Everyone was tweeting at her great promo. Mick Foley, Mickey James, who could also speak very well.
Yeah, but Mick Foley's a Becky Lynch mark too. I mean, his own son dressed up as her for Halloween.
Well, that's just creepy.
And he wants to manage her. So yeah, I don't really take that into account.
You don't.
But no, I think you're right. The last couple of Raws, she's been pretty good.
She got the biggest pop of the night, aside from Lesnar. There were Becky chants because we give Charlotte so much shit, but she's a great heel. She was a great heel in NXT. I mean, to say the words Flair and Square, man, I wanted to punch myself. That was so stupid, and it's making me hate her. And she is a decent wrestler. So the women's finally have something going on here. Will they screw it up? I hope not, because like I said, Becky's really getting into her own.
Yeah, a real ass kicker.
Dude, I want that shirt so bad. Let me see if they have.
I know you do.
I didn't buy it. What, like $10 event?
What?
15. They're lying. It says 15 when it's 15 when they said 10. Oh, I want to get a Brie Mode shirt.
You'll never be able to come into my house if you do that. I mean, that's fine. If you want to get it. But yeah, you'll just be banned from my house.
That's fine. Well, if I end up moving to Greenville, I might be coming over.
Not with that shirt.
No. So like we're really like back and forth on fucking topics here. They have a Cesaro Kid tag t-shirt, only $10. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well,
that was a good shirt. That was a good shirt.
No. So it went down in price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then again, these John Cena throwback shirts are also $10. So that's
Well, of course, they sell as many of those as possible. Then say, "Oh, look, he's selling the most merchandise."
I really like Baron Corbin's latest, his first T-shirt, "End of Days." It has a nice logo to it.
Yeah, it does.
This Dirty Deeds one that's red. That one's fucking awesome. All right, I can do this later. Spontaneity, friends. That's what we in the biz call spontaneity,
or ADD, whichever.
Or that too. That too. When I focus on an article, it takes me about 15 minutes to write, and if I'm not, it takes me like a good hour and a half. It's really, really bad, everybody. So we have a new segment, and it was all Brad's idea. I will not ever take the spotlight away from him, so I will let him talk about it.
Here we go.
Next question, Jeff. Where are you? Right there.
Yeah. I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for all you've done to your bodies. It's still real to me, damn it. Thank y'all guys. Y'all were awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Funk, for saying what needed to be said. I don't want to see another one of these.
Well,
It's still real to me, damn it. Welcome to the Mark Mailbag. Shout out to Tom on Twitter at Hunter1504 for the questions. Here we go. Thoughts on the Chris Jericho back of the bus controversy. John, what are your thoughts on that?
There's no controversy. People are fucking stupid.
Yeah, so for those who missed it, during the highlight reel segment on TV, Chris Jericho referred to the Usos as his back-of-the-bus brothers. This apparently created some false outrage on the internet. I never noticed it, but apparently it did. Mark Henry cleared the air on Twitter, saying it was just a reference to the boys who drink, play cards, and stay up late, whereas the upfront guys go to bed. Darren Young co-signed on the explanation, and the Usos tweeted a pic showing them doing exactly that, staying up late, drinking, playing cards. After this, of course, one of the biggest vaginas on the internet, JBL, tweeted, I was up.
Did he block you too? Is that what's
yeah.
going on? Of course.
Yeah, yes, he's blocked me as well.
Of
I've never
course.
even tweeted. I've never tweeted him.
Shut up. Oh, yeah, we talked about this because Michael Cole blocked me for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just so JBL tweets about this controversy. I was always back of Bus Crew. I thought you hardcore guys knew everything. Guess you're just out of touch trolls.
Wow, that's a little harsh. Damn.
So yeah, all hardcore fans are out of touch trolls. Yeah, there you go.
Damn, that's like really rough. Why would he go all out like that? It's kind of stupid.
Because he's an asswipe. That's why.
Oh, damn. It's a little harsh. I'm not that harsh, but it was a stupid comment. Who gives a shit? I mean, no, seriously, like, who gives a shit? It meant nothing. Except they're on the back of the bus a lot. Like, don't look into shit like that. That's stupid.
Yerp. I think so. So there you go. That's that. It's stupid. It's almost like, these days, some people are looking to be offended or outraged by something.
Of course they are.
So I think that's totally stupid. It's like, come on. There's a reasonable balance there between someone saying something terrible and then something like this, which is, it's like there's nothing wrong with that at all. I didn't think whatsoever that would be an offensive comment. But, you can always avoid it by not using insider terms on TV unless you want to later explain them. That's probably the most logical thing to do there. So that is my opinion on that.
Next question. Can I read it?
You sure can.
How can we get Mauro Ranallo on Raw and pay-per-views? I hope by paying Vince. I don't know. But Mauro was excellent. Do you agree?
He was absolutely excellent, and he is already the best announcer in WWE.
I thought you were going to say history. I'm like, hold on there, fella. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. You're right, though. He was awesome. He was calling the fucking match. I haven't had that since JR was here. And before, people shit on Michael Cole because that's the fun thing to do. Cole used to call the match, too, and it wasn't that bad. He was with Taz. They were a great team together. But since Vince changed what he wanted to see, he was told to stop doing that.
Yeah, it's part how you're produced and then part your talent and abilities. Mauro is definitely more talented than Michael Cole at the job. I think that's obvious. Of course, if Mauro was produced very poorly, he wouldn't be great either. So I really appreciate that they've given him the freedom coming into SmackDown there was a little bit of production of what he said, but not overkill. And I would love to have him on a flagship show like Raw and calling the pay-per-views. I think it's a great idea. And I think that is going to happen. I think Mauro Ranallo is Michael Cole's eventual replacement. And
what does Cole do?
Retire, hopefully.
It'd be easier if I heard he was like a nice guy. I heard he's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing.
And I'm not okay with that. If you're not a good person, go to hell. Seriously. There's enough negativity in this world. Why do you have to be a fucking dick about it? I mean, come on. I bet you any fucking money that out of the past 20 people he signed autographs with, that have asked for his autograph, rather, he's only signed a third. Because I don't know why he'd want his autograph, first of all, but second of all, from what I've heard, he's not a good person. So fuck you, Michael Cole. Seriously, fuck you. Be a good person. And I hope the rumors are wrong, because I like to think the best of people. Moving on, Mauro Ranallo's great.
Rumors of Daniel Bryan being released this Monday.
False.
We've already touched on that.
Yep.
It is confirmed by PW Insider to be false.
Well,
it was originally reported by the person who broke the John Cena fitness reality show story. So, yeah, people probably gave him some credibility for that. And But all signs point to this not being true. It wouldn't make any sense at all. It would put WWE in a very bad position, in fact, going into WrestleMania. I think there would be a complete hijack of the shows if they were to release Daniel Bryan. I think it would be really bad.
What did I text you? It'd be worse than it'd be just as bad from a reaction standpoint than them letting I'm going to try to talk today. It will be as bad as them letting CM Punk walk out after the Royal Rumble 2 years ago.
Yeah, it would be really bad. Yeah, they just can't. They can't do it.
Yeah,
they can't do it.
Simply put, WWE confirmed that it's completely false.
Yeah.
And the guy's name who they contacted was Matthew Altman. I've spoken with him plenty of times. He's a really nice guy. Has helped me out quite a bit in my endeavors trying to get wrestlers to talk. I'm gonna actually comment soon because NXT's coming to Pittsburgh. And wow, 16 days. And I'm gonna try to get backstage or try something, but it's gonna be him, and he doesn't lie to you. He hasn't lied to me that I know of, but I trust him, so he's good. So John Morrison hinting at a Royal Rumble return. I think it'd be good for the company, but when does it stop? And by this I mean, when does the talent want to keep coming back? They're going to have too much talent, Brad. There will come a time when World Wrestling Entertainment has too much talent. They're not going to know what to do.
They already have too much talent. They don't have it. They obviously do because they have too many guys who aren't used.
Brand split, and I will never stop saying it. Do you know how easy that would fix things? It might be the lazy way out, but you'd have another women's title. You'd have another tag team title. You'd split the fucking titles back again and stop calling it the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Guys, it's a mouthful. Stop fucking saying it. And you have the US on one end, the Intercontinental on the other. It gives people chances. Yeah, use SmackDown as the bitch show, as Paul Heyman said, and I'm quoting him. Use it as the bitch show. But that's where talent shines, man. If Edge or Angle, Lesnar, the SmackDown 5, Guerrero, Benoit, if they didn't get chances on SmackDown, they wouldn't have won titles. They wouldn't have been, stars on Raw. So a brand split would do this. And the NXT talents that are going to come up, shit. What are they going to do?
They're going to lose to Roman Reigns.
Roman, is that the new thing? Roman Reigns wins lulls.
Yeah, the king of putting over Roman strong style.
That's the best fucking shirt I've ever seen, even though it's not a real thing.
Oh, it'll be very real soon enough.
No, I do think what's his dick? Morrison will come. I just don't think it'll be at the Royal Rumble. I'd give it within the next year.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he's doing well on Lucha Underground. He's doing really well. He probably needs to get his woman under control, though.
Are they still dating? He and Melina?
I think there's something going on because when she posts a picture on Twitter of his Cialis prescription, okay, 20 milligrams of Cialis to John Hennigan in California. That's a problem.
Honestly, it's and for those who watch the show New Girl out there, it's as bad as Static Castle having a micro penis. If anyone gets that reference, the best body that fucking shit ever made, but damn, just down south doesn't work for you. That sucks, guys.
What the fuck?
I'm not.
Oh my god, I don't know what is going on with you today.
Nothing, actually. You have to watch a show called New Girl. It's hilarious.
I don't have any interest in a show called New Girl.
No, I know. It doesn't sound like it's good, but it's Zooey Deschanel. It's Damon Wayans. It's really funny. It's really, really funny. It's on Fox, and no, it isn't. It's not Two Broke Girls, even though, damn, those tits on that one chick. But New Girl's fucking great. I'm watching Lucha Underground for you. You should throw me a bone here, or rather, whatever. So
you
now,
want me to throw you a bone?
Well, hey, Maybe Tammy Sitch is free. The flip-flopping of the U.S. title.
God.
Flip-flopping of the U.S. title. What do you think? Yeah, so I don't want to rant on that because I'm going to lose my voice. I have a date tonight. I'm going to lose my voice, and I don't want to because I could yell about this all day. But to quote an earlier tweet of mine, I said, and I quote, Michael Cole style, "It's disgusting. There's no logic in it whatsoever," unquote. And that's all I'm going to say.
Well, we want to know more about your date.
No.
Tell us about this date.
No.
Is it the same? Is it the same chick?
Fuck you. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow! So she's decided to go out with you again.
We haven't went out yet.
Okay, so did you meet on the internet? You met on the internet. Let's assume that.
No, actually.
Yeah.
No.
Then how did you meet if you've never gone out with her before? How did you meet?
I'm not telling.
Oh my God. Okay, let me fill in the blanks, folks. He met her on the internet. They've been talking on the internet. They're going out for the first time tonight. Boom.
All right. I will be honest here. So there's an app called Bumble, and it's not as weird as it sounds. It's easy for you to say you're married with a kid. Shut up.
This is great. Keep going.
And it's like, and I'm 22 years old, so off my ass. So what happens is the girl, if you get a match, kind of like Tinder, but not creepy. I don't do Tinder. I really don't. I'll show you my phone. I don't. So the girl has to message first, and she did. So, and and this is a brutal honesty. We talked on that Bumble app for like 5 minutes, and then I said, "Can I have your number?" And we've been texting ever since. So, and Snapchat and all that shit. What's that mean?
That's a B. That's a B. A Bumble bee.
Yeah, that's clever. Good, I'm glad. That's very clever. Yeah. So, yeah, we've been talking ever since, and we use the app just to meet. She goes to school in the city where I live. So, and her best friend, I went to high school with her, so it isn't that crazy.
So if tonight's date were a baseball game and you were up to bat,
yeah.
Are we looking at you're going for a single, a double, a triple, a home run, or do you think you're going to strike out?
I'm going for a single because I'm classy and have respect for women. So I'm not Antonio Cromartie. My sperm isn't magic and have. Oh, by the way, No, this is not a lie here. Cromartie's his new girl's gonna have twins, so he'll have 12 kids. With like 8 different women. I don't know. It's pretty weird. Yeah. So yeah, I don't like to do that on the first date. I'm a relationship person at heart. So yeah.
So
Bam.
describe your first base for us.
A nice date.
What's the limit of what you're willing to go? What's your first base?
A nice date with good conversation and getting to know her more. That's it.
No hand holding, no kissing.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't say that for sure. The moment will have to tell me when it comes.
What about a French kiss, a tongue kiss?
You're creepy. Fucking, that's your wife.
Would you do any over the clothes groping? Dry humping, perhaps.
No. Why do you want to know so bad? I don't know what's gonna happen. I might not even go to her. I'm picking her up at her apartment, loft, townhouse. I don't know. I'm picking her up and we're going to dinner, and then I don't know, drinks maybe. Who knows? I don't know. It's shit. I'm a spontaneous person. Fucking, I was on TV. I'm exciting. So, all right, we have our.
That's the hook. That's why the people want to know. The listeners, they want to know. I gotta give them a hook for next week so we can give them the date update.
Oh God! All right. Fine. So the flip-flopping of the U.S. title, spoiler alert, Actually, no, it's not. World Wrestling Entertainment put on their website that Kalisto lost his U.S. title to Del Rio. Watch the title change hands tonight it will be tonight on SmackDown. So they spoiled their own spoiler, which pissed everybody off. So Kalisto lost it after winning it 22 hours later. It's exactly the same scenario as Christian winning the championship and then losing it the exact night after. That's all I have to say, even though I said that was all I had to say earlier.
Yeah, it's apparently the Night of Champions is not just a pay-per-view reference, but a reference to Kalisto's U.S. title reign.
All right, bro, don't read straight from your Twitter. I already saw that joke before. Nice try.
Hey, bro, I don't have a lot of jokes. I got to reuse the ones I can think of.
Oh, all right. So I have breaking news. Wow, that's okay. That's kind of interesting. So this is from Brett Okamoto of ESPN. He is one of their MMA writers. Per Dana White on OTR, I'm assuming that's like Over the Rope or something like that.
On the record.
Okay, thank you. I didn't know what that show was. Mickey Gall will fight on the UFC 196 prelims on February 6th. That's Super Bowl weekend. Or that might be after the Super Bowl. Either way, it's right next to it. If Mickey Gall wins, drum roll, he will fight CM Punk. So,
there we go.
If any of you want to know what Mickey Gall, he's 1 year older than me. He's 23 years old from New Brunswick, New Jersey. He is 170 pounds. He is with the Miller Brothers MMA, Jim Miller. Who's one of the best, in my opinion.
And he's going to be paid to take the fall.
He's 1-0 in his professional MMA career. He beat Ron Templeton in November last year, first round of rear naked choke. So Punk may have his first real opponent and be in the octagon. Anyway, I'm sorry. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, my thoughts are that UFC is going to make sure Punk wins if at all possible.
You really think so?
I think they want to set him up for success because everything is controlled by money and he's a money machine for them. And if he starts winning, he's a draw. That equals money in Dana White's pocket.
Well, hell, he's an 85 in the new UFC game, which people are really, really, as Punk put it himself, butthurt about. Who really cares? Last but not least, honest to God, this is just really embarrassing. Dixie Carter botched her anniversary announcement. Burp, that's how I feel. Appears to be unsure how long TNA has existed. And she said, 2016 will be our 16th year this June. However, the company was founded in June of 2002.
God damn.
All right, can we end the show? I can't.
I mean, this woman, okay, this president of TNA doesn't even fucking know how long the company has been in existence. She got it wrong twice.
Yeah, well.
Let me tell you, Dixie, newsflash, your company was founded in June of 2002. It's now 2016, and it's in January. Okay? You do the math, Dixie, or if you're not smart enough, ask Daddy for a fucking calculator.
To be technical, it's 13 years and 6 months.
And, yeah, and she just keeps embarrassing herself. It's like, God damn, if you don't get it, just stay off of Twitter.
Yeah. I have nothing to say. I'm just done. I'm absolutely done.
I mean, that company is run by incompetent fucking idiots.
Tell me how you really feel.
It's ridiculous. How many chances? These guys have more lives than a damn cat. And they shouldn't because the management is terrible. It's fuck up after fuck up after fuck up.
When will it ever end?
when Bob Ryder cuts the purse strings, apparently. Yeah.
Well, all right, everybody. I think I've had enough. I gotta get ready.
I'm tapping out.
Once again, thank you, Tom.
He's got to get ready for his hot date. He's got to make sure he's got some protection. It's the big hook for next week. We're going to hear he's playing baseball. We want to know, did he get to first base? Did he hit a home run? Stay tuned to next week to find out.
All right, so true. All right, I need an opinion: beard or no beard? Because I got a really nice beard going on, and it's like not too thick where it's annoying, but it's like at the right length to where if I were to get I don't know if I should get rid of it or not. So,
well, are we talking a beard interfering with oral, or what are we talking about?
All right, that's enough. Well, follow me on Jon Fisher IQ. Sometimes you can see more articles on Monday Night Raw. For all your latest wrestling news, anything on Girl Meets World and other shit, that's fine too. I tweet about it all. Follow Brad Shepard for the hashtag pervalert. You'll find it. And yeah, next week you'll find out how it happened. If I'm out,
how it happened. Well, let me have that talk with you. You put the penis into the vagina.
All right, thanks, Cosby. I know how to do my job. So for everyone,
you let him lick the pudding pop.
Yeah. So for everyone here, we'll have a really cool announcement next week. It is thanks to Brad, and I don't want to say anything yet, but you'll find out. We'll have everything on our social media pages. And for everyone here, the Voices of the Voiceless podcast, be good. And if you feel bad about yourself, just go to Dixie's Twitter. You'll feel better. Good night, everyone.
Good night.